Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and I haven't done a weather forecast video in quite a while actually. It's mostly been kind of footage because we had quite a lot of kind of exciting weather in the last few months or so, but the weather will be kind of turning interesting again this weekend, and I thought I would make a video since things could turn quite hot actually as we go into the beginning of next week and towards the end of this week. And so the first thing which you'll notice here is we have extreme heat warnings from the Met Office. So we have an amber warning here for extreme heat covering kind of northwest England into parts of northeastern England, eastern England, southeast, southwest England, southern central England, parts of Wales, and the Midlands. And this is kind of this begins on Sunday and ends on Monday, and I wouldn't be surprised if this gets extended into Tuesday as well. That could happen. But if we read, we can see exceptionally high temperatures are possible during Sunday and Monday and could lead to widespread impacts on people and infrastructure. So if we look at the what to expect section, we can see population-wide health effects are kind of possible. They could be experienced, and this time they may not be limited to those most vulnerable to extreme heat. So there could be some serious illness or danger to life from this hot weather. There could also be, you might also need to change your working practice or daily routine because of the hot weather, so kind of staying in the shade, closing the windows, maybe not going into work, that kind of thing. And then also, more people are likely to visit coastal areas, lakes and rivers, and this could lead to increased risk of water safety incidents. Wait, I think someone's at my door. I need to check. I'll be back in 1 minute. There was no one there, but I'll continue. And then, so delays on roads and road closures are possible, along with delays and cancellations to rail and air travel, with potential for significant welfare issues for those who experience even moderate delays. And if we look at the further details, you can see temperatures will rise again later this week and over the coming weekend, likely peaking on Sunday and Monday, but may last into Tuesday in places. So that's why I think this could be extended to Tuesday. We'll see. It also says some exceptionally high temperatures are possible, and cumulative effects of warm nights and hot days are expected to bring widespread impacts to people and infrastructure. And if you can see, this warning has a medium likelihood and a high impact, so this could bring significant impacts, but the confidence is not quite 100% yet on how long the heat will last, which day will be the hottest day, how high the temperatures will be. And there is the outside chance that if our confidence does, or not our confidence, but if the Met Office confidence does increase in the likelihood for high impact hot weather, there is an outside chance this could be upgraded to a red warning. But personally, unless we see kind of a change in model output, I think that's kind of quite unlikely. I already went through the regions affected. You can kind of read there. This is on the Met Office website, by the way. Check that out for more updates, especially as kind of hot weather can be dangerous, especially to more vulnerable people. And this is what I'm going to look at now, the Met Office kind of heat health watch, and you can see that currently there is a heat wave ongoing. Temperatures reached 30 degrees or 32 degrees yesterday, 30 degrees the day before, and they're going to probably reach kind of 30 degrees or so today, and then maybe 28 degrees or 29 tomorrow. So this is kind of counting as a heat wave. As you can see, we have the probability of heat wave conditions. It's 90% in southwest England, southeast England, London, east of England, and East Midlands. In other regions it's a bit lower, but this does mean there could be some adverse health effects due to the hot weather, particularly kind of for those vulnerable people. And you can see, so Monday and then into Tuesday, temperatures are likely to peak into the low 30s, but then kind of becoming cooler from Wednesday to Friday, though renewed hot or very hot conditions may develop during the weekend. So this alert will be kept under review as forecast confidence increases. So we may see a few changes to this as we approach the weekend. I suspect that they'll probably add 90% heatwave probabilities for kind of maybe all areas of the UK, perhaps except northwest England and northeast England. Actually no, probably for northwest England as well, maybe just not northeast England, but Yorkshire and the Humber, northwest England and West Midlands could be added into this orange zone, in my opinion, later this week as things start to increase. To take a quick look at the weather for today, you can see here temperatures starting off right now at 11 o'clock, kind of 26 to 27 degrees, and this matches up with kind of current observations right now. On my weather station it says 26.8 degrees, and then you can see potentially peaking between 29 and possibly 30 somewhere on this run. This is on netweather.tv, by the way. This is the UKV model, and you can see here there's broken cloud and sun right now, but this model may be overdoing the cloud cover, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see kind of 30-31 degrees somewhere in the southeast of England during today. If now let's kind of go into what we will see on the weekend. That's where our attention turns. Sorry, because it could get quite hot. And if we look at the latest GFS one, you can see it kind of all depends on this low out here. This is the cutoff low, kind of west of Spain and Portugal. And you can see it's kind of just hanging around. It's actually kind of already formed. You can see it kind of just hangs around here, just kind of to the west of northwest of Africa as well. Just kind of hangs around, doing its own thing for kind of the next actually week. To be honest, you can see it just kind of stays here. This is by Friday. It's kind of setting up like so. But what starts to happen is that we get this high pressure system here. Begin to kind of move kind of in this direction, and then we begin to kind of draw in a slightly southerly airflow, and there's a chance that as we go into the weekend, all this hot air over Spain, by the way, this is temperature about 1 to 1.5 kilometers, all this hot air over Spain and coming off North Africa starts to push northwards like this. You can see it's kind of orange and red colors where it's hot, and as this kind of moves in this direction, it gets picked up. Sorry, I'm quite tired. It gets picked up by the jet stream here, and it starts to move northwestwards during kind of Sunday and Monday and into Tuesday. If I skip forward into Sunday, you can see it begins to get picked up and slowly starts to make its way more to the northwest, dragging that hot air with it. So you can see here that hot air begins to kind of move up from the south into the UK, and through Sunday, then this kind of cutoff low begins to kind of push it even further north, and you can see into Monday, it's moving further north, dragged up more, and then you can see by Tuesday, that hot air is just really getting closer to the UK there. Look at that, 27 degrees at 1 to 1.5 kilometers, really kind of approaching our shores. And there, that low kind of now into the Bay of Biscay brings that hot air right into kind of parts of southern England there. And we'd probably, in this scenario, probably see temperatures peak at around the mid-30s kind of on Tuesday or maybe Monday as well. And it's always important to kind of take these kind of GFS model outputs with a pinch of salt, because it's just one solution of many, especially at this range. There's still things which could change. And also kind of because of the resolution of the GFS, sometimes it underdoes or overdoes temperatures. There's all kind of issues, but just kind of not for fun, but just to get a general sense at what this kind of scenario would lead to in terms of temperatures. We can see it does produce kind of quite widely mid-30s, so kind of 30 degrees all the way from kind of West Wales, southwest England, all the way to the far east of England, kind of Kent, East Anglia, and kind of north of the Midlands and parts of northern England as well. And you can see kind of peaks around 37, there's a small 38 there, in kind of parts of southern central England. That's just one model scenario. If we take a look at another one, this is the Canadian model. You can see here, this is a similar kind of thing, 30, peaks at 38 there in parts of kind of East Anglia on Tuesday. This is, see, 6 o'clock, yeah, so 35, kind of 36 on this run. If we check for Monday as well, sorry, kind of 32, 33. So the general idea, kind of in my opinion, is probably going to see temperatures at this stage. What I'm thinking is kind of temperatures between Sunday and Tuesday to be through the mid-30s, and then possibly maybe on Monday or Tuesday maybe kind of 35, 36, or maybe 37. If we take a look at some other models as well, this is a European model. You can see similar thing to the GFS there. Really similar. That cutoff low hangs around for a few days, building the heat into parts of southern France and Spain. And then once that gets picked up by the jet stream, it moves north and brings that hot air into the UK. And you can see the GFS is pretty similar, or this latest one is a bit different, but the old GFS was pretty similar in that kind of scenario. There are a few things which could mean that potentially it's not as hot as it could be. So one of those things might be, for example, on this European model run, is that the hottest upper air temperatures kind of 22, 23 degrees. Sorry, I'm really tired today. But so the hottest upper air temperature is 22, 23 degrees. They move into southern England when it's not peak heating, like 2, 3 o'clock. So this would be at midnight. So that could be one thing which reduces the maximum potential temperatures, or cloud cover as well. If there's no sunlight during the morning, then it's not going to heat up as much. It's not going to be as hot. Or if there's a breeze, we can check the wind. If there's kind of a strong southerly breeze, then that might also reduce the potential for really hot temperatures. So there's a lot of things which could go wrong in terms of seeing hot weather, but there is a small chance, kind of 20 to 30% chance, we could get record-breaking temperatures if everything aligns perfectly. For example, on this GFS run that I just showed you, it showed 28 degrees, and that could be a potentially record-breaking temperature. The record is 38.7 degrees, but if we show you, I think it was Tuesday at 3 o'clock, if everything goes to plan and the hottest air coincides with peak heating, so on this run, the hottest air was over the UK around kind of 6 o'clock, so that would coincide. There was kind of not too much wind, as you can see, relatively clear, and there wasn't a lot of cloud cover. You can see there's no precipitation here. Then we could potentially see record-breaking temperatures. If everything went to plan, potentially you could see that 38 degrees could kind of encroach on the record. But like I said, there's a lot that could go wrong. And if we go and look at some ensembles, this is the European ensembles, you can see we do have kind of fairly good confidence now, and that we will see that hot air, kind of temperatures between kind of 20 to 25 degrees at that 1 to 1.5 kilometers, and that could translate if we take a look at the 2 meter temperatures of around 35 degrees at the surface. This is for London, by the way. If I do the same on here, you can see temperatures on this run kind of around 35 degrees. And then we can take a look at this one as well. And you can see similar thing, temperatures around 35 degrees. I might add, in my opinion, I would add maybe like 1 or 2 degrees to that. But the general consensus is that we do get hot air moving up from parts of France and Spain during the weekend. Monday is the main day, in my opinion, though it could be Tuesday, and Sunday is going to be hot as well. But when that does happen, the general consensus is temperatures will kind of go into the mid-30s, and there is uncertainty whether it kind of stays in the mid-30s. That seems like a reasonable bet. It will, or it could go a bit higher, maybe kind of looking at kind of breaking the UK record. That's one kind of potential outcome in the hottest post-like kind of scenario, if you like. And there was a small chance of 40 degrees a couple of days ago, though in my opinion that chance is quite limited unless we see maybe a drastic change in model output. There is still a week, but so I think we could potentially see more changes to the model output. There could be upgrades, there could be downgrades, but generally kind of mid-20s and then potentially high 20s is kind of what I'm expecting at this stage. But that being said, that kind of weather mid to high 30s can be kind of quite hot and can be kind of negatively impact your health. So that means do stay up to date with the forecast, especially this and the Met Office warnings. Because you kind of, on those hot days, you don't want to be going outside and maybe kind of risking like heat exhaustion and that kind of thing. Kind of stay inside, close the windows, and just put on sunscreen, that kind of thing. But anyway, I'm going to bring the video to the end now. Thank you so much for watching if you did watch this far. And if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and don't forget to subscribe for more updates. Thank you. Bye.